All right. So listen, I think one thing, and I really want to make sure that you're taking this into consideration as it relates to speaking myself, not necessarily speaking directly to you, right? Because again, we haven't really, manipulated your plan in a way where we should be significantly losing fat, right? But my fear in cases like this, right, especially with some of the verbiage that we're using in the way that you came to me from, the place, if you would, that you came to me from, and kind of the information that you got from that place in terms of you having quote unquote low testosterone, in terms of you having, because your TSH was elevated, so now you have hypothyroidism. Now we take these things, we internalize these things, and now we're using verbiage like, oh, I have a slow metabolism, and that's why I'm gaining weight. Nobody's gaining weight, right, from their quote unquote slow metabolism while they're eating 1,500 calories and gaining that weight consistently month in and month out and month in and month out. That's not the, listen, at the end of the day, at a certain point, right, we are all going to have to come to a reality check of the fact that, like, hey, I can't, use these things, right? I can't get aggravated against the process, right? And start to say things like, oh, working out is not working for me. The tracking macros isn't working for me. Following a meal plan isn't working for me. Doing my steps isn't working for me. No, that I'm sorry. Right. And again, this was fortified in particular cases where people are being told, oh, your testosterone is 25 nanograms per day, so you have low testosterone and you can't lose weight. Oh, your TSH is slightly elevated, you're not going to be able to lose weight. None of that was true. Your testosterone is perfectly fine at 25 nanograms per deciliter. Could it be a little bit higher? Sure. Is it going to prevent you from losing weight right now? Absolutely not. Right? We checked your free T3 levels. They are in a great spot right now for you to be able to lose weight. Right? At the end of the day, these things are, for all intents and purposes, excuses. But I don't want to just, call you out and say that you're making excuses. What I want to do here is err on the side of more of the general public and the issue that we have as it relates to weight loss as a whole, right? Is that we have far too many people, right, that are getting aggravated towards the process that's required in order to lose weight, right? And generating this idea of, oh, this doesn't work for me. Oh, I have a slow metabolism, right? And it's like, no. What you have is an inefficient process. You're not tracking your macros the right way. You're not choosing the right foods. You're not entirely following your meal plan. You are eating out, whatever, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right? You aren't getting your steps in every day. You aren't moving every day nearly enough, right? We're not going to the gym regularly, and we're not training with any type of, intent when we are working out. And at the end of the day, we can't expect these things to work in our favor if we're half in, half out. Right? Like, that's just the reality of, if we're half in, half out, rest assured that you are going to be a healthier individual from doing these things versus not doing these things. And that's great. But if you're here for fat loss, if you're here to lose a substantial amount of weight, then you have to make sure that these things are a priority at the times when it's hardest for you to make it a priority, right? You can't feel like you're working so hard because Monday through Thursday was pretty good, and then Friday we go out to eat, and then Saturday we're ordering in takeout, and then Sunday we're at the football game and we want to do this, that, and the third. Those habits are what led you to the place that you're at, and it's what leads everybody to the place that they're at. And then they want to sustain these habits because they build comfortability there. They built, a place there that they enjoy. They look forward to these things. This is socializing. This is this. This is that. It's however we want to, picture it up to make it look, like it's something that is an absolute necessity and something that is so, benign. But in reality, it's these behaviors that slowly but surely make people gain weight over time, because we don't ever practice true and honest control and create an ability for us to be able to say no to some of these environments, or say no within some of these environments, right? And then what happens is that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are always going to eclipse, in terms of the total amount of food that we're taking in, the amount of food that you're consuming Monday through Friday, right? It's always going to eclipse the amount of activity that we have Monday through Friday. It's always going to eclipse the activity level that we have within the gym Monday through Thursday. right? Sorry, I screwed up my timeline there a couple times, but you get the point. The fact of the matter is here is that slow metabolism is not an excuse that we could use as it relates to somebody being a little bit overweight and wanting to lose weight. It's never gonna cut it. Or somebody that's eating 1,500 calories a day and is consistently gaining weight. You're not eating 1,500 calories a day and consistently gaining weight because of a slow metabolism. No, that's not happening because of low thyroid. That's not happening because of low testosterone. The only reason why that's happening is because you're not actually eating 1,500 calories a day. You're not actually moving enough. You're not actually training enough, or training well enough in some cases, right? Like our habits are not there. And I think in this particular case, the reason why the habits aren't necessarily there is because we're holding a grudge against these habits, telling ourselves that these habits don't work for us, when that is 100% untrue, especially with the lab work that we have on file for you.